In this video, we showcase the results of our recent work. Artificial agents learn flexible visual representations by playing a hiding game. This work was made possible by the Allen Institute for AI and is in collaboration with the University of Washington, Seattle. A full manuscript detailing results can be found on archive.org. Recent advances have led to the development of artificial neural models capable of surprising proficiency in an array of tasks ranging from depth prediction to semantic segmentation. While these advances have revolutionized computer vision, it is difficult to imagine that they alone will be sufficient to mimic humans' ability to build a representation of the world that is augmented by intent, memory, and an intuitive understanding of objects' physical properties. In this work, we study how, through interaction and gameplay, artificial agents learn to represent their environment. Our experiment, in showing that rich interactive gameplay can produce representations which encode an understanding of containment, object permanence, seriation, and perspective taking, suggests that interaction and gameplay are a promising direction by which to bridge the gap between computer and human vision. Our artificial agents are embodied in AI2 Thor, a near photorealistic, interactive, simulated 3D environment of indoor living spaces, and are trained through adversarial reinforcement learning to play cache, a variant of hide-and-seek in which agents hide objects instead of themselves. Here we show how a game of cache may be played between two hypothetical agents where the object being hidden is a tomato. Notice that the hiding agent interacts with objects and eventually performs the explicit manipulations necessary to place the tomato into a drawer. The seeking agent must attempt to exhaustively search the environment until it finds the hidden tomato. After training our agents to play cache using adversarial reinforcement learning for approximately 2 million episodes, we consider two means by which our agents have learned to represent their environment. The first, which we call low-level vision, tests our agent's ability to represent individual images by performing a collection of standard pixel-to-pixel prediction tasks from the computer vision literature. In our second suite of evaluations, we aim to test our agent's capacity for higher-level cognition. Inspired by experiments designed to test cognitive abilities of infants, we design a collection of experiments testing our agent's understanding of object permanence, object relationships, and free space. 6 qualitative examples show that the visual representation learned by our agent results in meaningful predictions of traversable surfaces, depth, and surface normals. In our quantitative evaluations, we find that, across 7 tasks, the visual representation learned purely while playing cache is competitive with the representation learned by training on the 1 billion human-labeled images in the ImageNet dataset. An auto-coding baseline model, on the other hand, does substantially worse than the ImageNet model across all tasks. Moving from low-level vision to higher-level cognition, one famous experiment designed by Renée Baillargeon shows that infants are surprised that a toy continues moving along a path when it should be stopped by a previously seen but now hidden object. This demonstrates that infants understand that the toy continues to exist despite being hidden. In our analogous experiment, the agent observes an object moving behind a set of occluders and must, at every time step, predict the object's location in pixel space. Strong performance in this task suggests that our agent not only remembers that the object continues to exist when occluded, but even that it can anticipate the object's hidden trajectory. Casasola, Cohen, and Schiarello have shown that infants develop an understanding of containment as early as 6 months of age and can distinguish containment from other types of spatial relationships. In analogy to this work, we ask our agent to distinguish between an object being placed within or behind a receptacle. Here we show 2 examples of trajectories observed by our agent that must be discriminated. In the first example, a plunger is moved so that it is behind or contained within a large pot. Notice that the final image for these 2 events is quite similar. Quantitatively, we see that the representation learned by our agents through playing cache, the red line in these plots, consistently outperforms a large collection of single image and recurrent baselines for our higher level cognition tasks. These results show that rich interactive gameplay is a promising direction for learning environmental representations which integrate observations through time and are augmented by intent and object understanding. Moreover, we have shown that experiments designed in the developmental psychology literature can be fruitfully translated to understand the growing competencies of artificial agents which, as these agents become increasingly complex, quickly outpace our ability for direct inspection. We end with a qualitative analysis of the policy learned by our agents. First, the hiding agent explores its environment. On the left, we see the ecocentric observation available to the agent, and, on the right, we see a top-down view of the agent as it traverses the environment. Notice that the agent explores a large portion of its environment and even interacts with its environment by opening and closing cabinets and drawers. After this exploration phase, the agent has built an implicit map of its environment and must now choose a location from this map where it believes it will be able to successfully hide the object. In our implementation, this choice occurs in a two-stage process. First, the agent produces an initial estimate of the quality of various map locations. Here, the deeper red indicates a higher estimated value. Notice that the areas near the starting location of the seeking agent, the green dot, are consistently low value, while the positions far away from the starting position may be either high or low value. In the second stage, a collection of initially high-value map locations are chosen for further analysis. For each of these map locations, our agent internally simulates hiding the object from that location and then simulates paths the seeking agent might take when searching for the hidden object. Here we show 3 simulated seeker paths. Notice that the blue and red agents quickly find the hidden object, while the green agent searches in the wrong direction and does not find the object even after 200 steps. Using these mental simulations, the hiding agent rescores map locations and chooses a single location at which it will hide the object. This chosen location is now shown in D. From this location, the agent must choose a position on a 7x7 grid where it will attempt to hide the object. Moreover, for each of these grid positions, the agent must specify if it wishes the object to be placed in one of 3 modalities, either on top, contained in, or behind. The agent first predicts where it believes it may be able to place the object. It then chooses a location at which to attempt to hide the object. The agent is eventually successful when it chooses the highlighted location. We now show the path the object travels as it is manipulated into the location specified by the agent. Finally, we show the seeking agent's trajectory as it searches for the object. Note that, as an exploration, a seeking agent observes only egocentric visual input, and the top-down view shown here is only for visualization purposes. The seeking agent explores its environment and eventually successfully finds the hidden object. For a quantitative evaluation of our hiding and seeking agents, including comparisons against humans, please see our manuscript. Thank you for your interest in our work. For further information, please consult our manuscript or reach out to the corresponding author.